Yeah, come on in. Hi, I'm Davie, and this is a day in the life of a real shark. I remember when I was 12 years old.
What are you doing, man? What's color?
Nothing. Sorry.
Let's go. Last season on Shark Tank Australia, I missed so many good deals. This time I'm going to be hungrier than ever. Alrighty, the vlogs are back. We're doing Shark Tank Season 2, so we're about to fly over to Sydney. Going to be very exciting. I thought I'd take the opportunity to answer all of your major questions about Shark Tank. The top Google questions such as like, what's your best investment? What happened in your previous investments? Are the arguments real? I saw Stephen Bartlett do this for Dragonfin. Thought it was a great idea. Thought it'd be a good way to structure the vlog as well, showing you what we're up to. Let's get into it. I don't know why people think that sharks don't invest their own money. There must have been like a rumor in the early Shark Tank US seasons where they were using fund managers to fund them, but like the deal size and structures doesn't warrant external investors. A lot of the deals are, under $100,000 and you'd have to pull them all up. But yeah, in long story short, yes, we use all of our own money, and yeah, we're not paid as well to do this show. We all do it for the love of the entrepreneurs. At the moment, the two best investments that look like they're going to get a really successful exit is we have Mimi & Co. She's just an absolute machine. Mum packing orders in our basement. Now she's at a 3PL. She's expanding to New Zealand, doing really well. She did $100,000 in one day with a lot of the daily mentor things that we kind of implemented for her, like doing offers and urgency. And then the other one is Suda, which is a suit rental business me and Sabri invested in, and they're doing really, really well. So they've validated in the UK and can probably get some really good results there. So both of them should have really successful exits, but these things just take time. Like it took me 3 years to start pulling money out of it, Oodie. Because of the cash flow conversion cycle where you're just constantly investing money into inventory, there's huge uncertainty for the first 3 years, so you've got to be patient with them as well. It's hard for me to tell if other seasons or other countries' Shark Tank, the judges are close, but you're spending so much time together. It's 2 weeks, 8 hours straight filming, and you're kind of in the dressing room in between getting makeup and stuff done. So we're all obviously like-minded individuals as well, so you definitely bond a fair bit, and you talk about investments as well. So I'm good friends with Sabri, Jane. Yeah, so I think a lot of them are actually quite close, which is good. That doesn't mean we don't argue and disagree. All of the arguments that you see on Shark Tank are 100% real, because it's a heated thing. You want the good deals, you don't want the bad deals. And when someone says something wrong or says something bad about you, you need to correct it. Now we're off to our Airbnb. I've also got to go get groceries for the week. I'll run you through what I'm eating at the moment because I'm not a full carnivore anymore. I did that for a little bit. And then we're also, I've got to get my Patek fixed as well because it's just stopped ticking, which was not good. After that, then we'll relax, and then tomorrow's the big media day. So we jump on a call with them and hash out a couple of other parts of the deal, and make sure, they're still really comfortable because they get a lot of emotion during the pitch. And then we go through a due diligence process, because sometimes these are new founders and they just get things wrong. Like they might not understand the difference between gross profit and net profit, and that's fine. Some people are just brand new to business. So we go through a due diligence process to handle that. Some people we can use like an accounting agency for that. We can even use some of our lawyers to do that, and they go through all of the details and kind of provide a summary report. And then I also get into the details and look at a bunch of things to make sure that the growth opportunity is still there. Then the contract stage, and then you sign and you kind of get going. I'm at this stage like a lot more heavily involved with my investments compared to the other sharks, and that's simply because Daily Mentor is like one of my main businesses, so I have all of those resources, and it's kind of like one of the main things that I do. Whether that's always going to be the case, I don't know, but yeah, it's a pretty demanding process. So I did the most deals the first Shark Tank. I don't think I had the capacity to do that many deals this year, so I'll have to be a bit more selective. No, well, they certainly didn't with us. None of it's scripted. It doesn't need to be scripted. We know what we want to hear about their story, so we asked about that. There's really kind of no need for us to have earpieces in. So Bondi is some of the most expensive property in the world. Robert Herjavec, he's got properties in New York, penthouse, whatever. And he said for what you spend in Sydney is the most expensive. You just don't get much for your money. Last time I was staying here, last season, I was staying at Tamarama Beach, just the beach over. It was $6,000 a night. And it was a pretty nice property. Ooh, fancy lads. This is a shopping list. This is all I've been eating for the past 2 weeks. Haven't broke. Blueberries, apples, meat. Gotta have your 100% peanut butter, nothing else added to it. And then beef tallow and salt. Pretty much all I've been eating. Used to be full carnivore. Gotta avoid trigger foods. Some people can have an autoimmune response or eat insulin spike, don't know what it is. But if you eat processed shit, you can get anxious. This keeps my energy completely stable, gets the best performance as well. So hanging out for a cheat meal, but I will do that after Shark Tank. Hello mate, good to see you again.
You look like a bloody rock star.
Do I? Oh, thank you.
What's happening today?
We are doing photos, media, I think there's some interviews as well. Hello mate, how are you? We got you again. Hello.
Hi. Hello. Oh, good to see you. We're back.
Home for the next 2 weeks.
Look, I just think it's it's 2 weeks of work. You just don't get any other work done. But it's definitely worth it. It's so enjoyable. And life's not always about keeping the same routine, working on the same things all the time. You want to mix it up. You learn a lot from being here.
So you'll see this on TV. This is where the entrepreneurs come in and they get all excited. And then they go through that door, the elevator, and then they come out the other side. That in there is where they all prepare. So they come in 3-4 hours before and they kind of practice their pitch and whatnot. Then they walk out through the elevator. This is where they pitch to us. So they stand in the middle there. They've got this big flash, this big spotlight above them that comes down onto them. I started the Oodie, and in 5 years, I did $500 million in e-commerce sales. Now we're a globally recognized brand.
Strong. Very strong.
So it takes about anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes for pitch. We've actually had some at an hour and a half. After they pitch, they go up there and they see the Shark Tank star to make sure that they're all happy, because it's obviously a stressful experience, make sure they're okay. Then they get post-round interviews. Then if, they've got a deal, sometimes we're able to see them, but sometimes we get dragged straight out. So that's why, we try to touch base with them as soon as the show's over to, because it's quite exciting. So we get here, I think it's 8 till 8. That was last time, but we need an hour or so prep. So we generally can get 8 or so pitches done, because the setup time of the set actually takes a while. So we get downtime, we get 15-20 minutes in between each pitch. Have they got their numbers right? What is the potential? What is the employee cost versus the revenue? If they've got employees, what is their marketing efficiency ratios? How much do they need to spend on marketing versus how many sales they're producing? Is their sales declining month on month? Because sometimes it could be growing year on year, but like overall, but at the same time, that July last year was bigger than July this year. And that can kind of be hidden as well. So you're kind of just looking for an upward trajectory as well. And then you're kind of looking at things that aren't actually showing in the profit and loss and the balance sheet. You're looking at what future products do they have? Do they have all of their tax compliance? Are they completely compliant across their business? Those kind of things. Shark Tank. Shark Tank Australia. Nah, Dragon's good. I love Stephen Bartlett. I've been listening to him for a very, very long time. I like how he brings that energy, and it just feels a bit slower than Shark Tank. But I always grew up watching Shark Tank US, so Shark Tank. Alrighty, that is a wrap for today. As you can see, it was just photos. The next day, we've got pictures, which is going to be exciting. So, I'll see you then. Week 2. Week 1 was very successful. Got some great deals. There was some really good pitches. There was definitely arguments to get the best pitches. I think I won most of the arguments, which was good. But yeah, all in all, the team's working really well together. It's making some good TV. There's definitely some deals that fall through due diligence because the founder just doesn't even know their numbers. So there's definitely can be some issues there. Then even in the process of doing DD, you can find out that, they don't have a patent. It's not a patent at all. It's a registered design or something like that. So it's completely understandable. Then they're often new to the business, but that's generally why the deals fall through in DD. So for those reasons, I'm out.
So recent pitch was definitely difficult for the entrepreneur. They have been running for a decent amount of time and they just have so many diluted focuses. They're online, they're starting retail, and due to that lack of focus and clearly communicating, I'm going to take this investment money and pour gasoline on the fire for this opportunity, really cost them and caused a bit of carnage.
What's been your best investment on Shark Tank so far?
I've had a few. That were probably worth a few $100 million. But I think the best investment globally was Scrub Daddy. Mm-hmm. That company's going to get sold.
That was Laurie, wasn't it?
Laurie. That company will get sold for $800 million.
Wow, that's huge. And you got into clothing as well, Tipsy Elves, right?
I am the clothing guy.
Clothing guy.
The US Shark Tank. I am the Oodie guy.
The main things that you write on your book, first is the names, so you don't forget, because I forget names so easily. Then you're writing the valuation, and then you're just writing any key figures that they mention, because sometimes they'll mention certain numbers, like even the margin of their product, and then they'll mention their profit, and it doesn't actually match with how many units they've sold at what margin, and it doesn't match their profit. So that indicates that they've been bleeding money somewhere, and the company isn't that efficient. So really, you're just writing mostly numbers.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Get up! Rich bully.
Okay, guys, we're back. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. That's not bad now, sir. We're back. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. No, let's do one more. No.
I think you nailed that one. They technically can't pay themselves unless they've raised money. So the founder's going to use their savings until they're producing profit. Sometimes that can take a little while. So generally they need to have a job to support them while they're building up the business to be enough where the profit can offset their living expenses. This is why it's very important when you're very young to start a business, because you've got no responsibilities and you don't need to pay yourself much. You can just eat ramen noodles.
People always think you have to have a certain amount of money to start a business.
Yeah.
And they say, I don't want to start a business of a certain amount of security. And I'm like, the best time to start a business is when you have nothing to lose.
When you're young.
Because you have nothing to lose.
How was it today?
It was good. I think there were definitely smaller businesses today in terms of what was being pitched, but I think it was a good TV, which is the main thing, and there was a good deal as well. So yeah, we're going to repeat that 5 more times, which should be good. I'll also summarize a couple more lessons as the pitches go on. I'll make you an offer. So I'll offer you $250,000 for the 40% that you're willing to give up, because I think that you're still going to need those incentives, but I'll also need a $5 royalty every unit sold until my $250,000 is paid back.
So, what are you gonna do?
We decided to go with it. Awesome! Great choice. I love all my sharks equally. Robert's like my dad though. Dave's look after him. But Jane, she's like my best friend. $450,000. Alrighty, so you've seen us at work, but little do you know there's a huge crew that actually make this possible. We've got a camera over here. This is on the big jib that goes all the way up here and gives us those tiny shots. We've got a camera up here. We've got a camera over there, which gets the side profile. Then we also have a big stabilizer where they kind of walk around and they can trap people. And each of these cameras is actually on one of our faces. So they'll zoom in very closely, and that's just so that they don't miss any reaction. So we've got a bunch of people, and then there's actually a team of producers and technicians up there somewhere. They're the voice of God. They tell us when we do something wrong or when we're not paying attention.
Another successful day. We've got an investment today, which I'm very excited about. Obviously can't disclose anything yet, but I will as soon as we close the deal, which is good. Tomorrow, we'll probably skip tomorrow, but then I'll show you the final day, cover a bit of the wrap party, and then, yeah, I've got the weekend. I'm probably going to fly over to the Gold Coast to inspect a property that I'm looking at and potentially buy that before Bali. I'm trying to squeeze it in because I really, really love it. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Final day. It's going to be sad to go, but at the same time, I'm so excited to do other work. What happened yesterday? We had a pretty interesting investment. They were real, like their product was incredible, their branding was incredible, their sales were great space, but their cap table was a mess. So what a cap table is basically the investors that are actually already in the business, and they just had so many different people that were investing in the company. And as an investor, it gets very difficult because you don't know certain shareholders' rights. There's a lot more legal paperwork. What happens if everyone disagrees? And it can sometimes also be an indication that they're just going to burn cash because they've been raising lots of money and complicating things. So that was a really interesting one. So keep your cap table clean if you're coming onto Shark Tank. Let's do it. Morning.
It was the best pitch ever, the culture of the product. Like, she is incredible. She's gotten into all these retail stores in year 2. She's just going to do print money. I reckon she'll do $5 million in her third year, and I reckon $60 million in the year after that. It's going to explode. Very impressive. The last time.
Yes.
The last pitch. The last hairspray in the eyes.
I just want to thank all of you for this amazing production. I didn't mean to get up here and talk. But I had a lot of fun, and I just want to thank everybody. And I know all the sharks from all of us. 100%. 1, 2, 3.
And that is a wrap. Shark Tank Season 2. Make sure you tune in. That's a wrap for the vlog as well. See you next time.